can check the stream on YouTube. I'm streaming. All right. So what I was saying was, look, for simple shapes, the word that you must know is area. And I'm going to show you what they're going to try to do to trick you, okay? But it's impossible for them to trick us. Impossible. Well, we are well prepared. So what you must know is area. So let's know the area of all these 2D shapes. The word that you must know here is area. That's what they ask you, which means the space inside the shape. So for simple shapes, they cannot ask you volume. It does not make sense. That's not even there in maths. They cannot ask you for volume of a circle. How? Come on now. Don't let me down. A circle is not a container. You can't ask for volume. Volume means how much can it hold. So this is for 3D shapes, for containers. This is where you meet the word volume and the word surface area, right? So we said this. We said that for circle you must know area. Let's put the area. Area of a circle, pi r squared. You must know the area of a circle. And, well, a circle is a little bit different. You also must know the distance right around the circle, which is circumference. You should know the distance right around the circle, which is this one. Remember, area is the space inside, but distance is the distance right around the circumference. For circle, you must know it, okay? For the other ones, I'll just deal with you later. But you must know it's 2 pi r. Put this. So area of a circle, pi r squared. Then circumference, 2 pi r. Area of a square, side times side. Okay? This is side, this is side. Because the sides are equal. The sides are equal. So it will be just side times side. Then for rectangle number 3, this is length, this is width. And area is length times width. Area of a rectangle. So anytime you are doing a question and it mentions area of a rectangle, you put this formula down quick fast. Quick fast. Then this is base, this is height. Area of a right angle triangle is the easy one we know from primary. Base times height over 2. These were the types of triangles we were doing in primary. Right angle triangles. But now you are grown-ups. You can't just keep doing the easy ones. Base times height over 2. No, 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 no. You're going to do harder ones. Okay? So 7 is the kite. 8 is the parallelogram. 9 is the sector. For this guy, this non-right angle triangle, you must know A, you must know B, and you must know theta, the angle between them. And you say area is equal to half A, B, sine theta. Okay, you're going to write this formula down, then you use it. Then you use it. You're not going to let me down, guys. Don't let me down. Please, students, come on. I'm giving you the formulas. I didn't say you have to know all of them today. You practice until you know all of them. So don't put yourself under pressure. Practice them over time. By the end of the week, you must know all of them. Area of a trapezium. I'm just giving them to you so that you put all of them down and you know the whole package. Then we start going one by one. So this will be A, this will be B, and you must know that if they give you this length here, which is straight, if they give you this straight, that means it's height. Or it could be this is A, this is B, and they only give you slanted sides here. Only slanted sides. So you need the height, you need to put dots like this. This will be the height, the straight one. And the area of a trapezium. What is a trapezium, Mr. Clarify? For me to show that I know a trapezium. A trapezium is a special shape. It's one that has 2 parallel sides like this. 2 parallel sides. That shape is called a trapezium. Students, I'm giving you areas of shapes that you must know for IG. If it's a trapezium, the area is going to be, you take the top side, A, plus you take the bottom side, B, you divide by 2, then you multiply by the height. It's different. It's different from any other formula. You must practice it. Practice, it comes a lot. And you can have up to 5 marks. Let's go to kite now. They'll try to trick you. They'll give you this one or this one. We don't need them. These are not the ones we need. We need the straight ones inside the base, which is this one. This one could be P. And we need this one, which goes down like this, straight. Sorry. This one. This is the, we can call it the Q. And this is the P. These are the ones we need. And the ones inside, students, the ones inside, P and Q. P will be this one here. Then Q is this one here. Up and down from here. And you must know that area will be P times Q over 2. We are not adding like for trapezium. For trapezium, we'll be adding. Here you multiply like you're doing a right angle triangle. Huh? Base times height over 2. Here it is P times Q over 2. For a kite. That's your kite. So everyone must know formula for kite. Wow. You know formula for kite, well done. Parallelogram now, you need to know this one. This is the height. We'll call it the height. Then we'll call this the base. These are the only 2 sides you must know. And you say area of a parallelogram is base times height. You don't say over 2 like a triangle. It's just base times height. But be careful. This is not the height here. The slanted one. No. You must get the straight one like this. Now you get to area of a sector. This is the last one. Huh? You know all these. Make sure there's nothing on this list that you don't know. You gotta at least just know the areas. Then we start building from there. For what is it? Our sector, there are 2 things. You need to find S, which is this one. And you should know that S is equal to R theta. S is the distance outside. We'll call it the arc length. Okay? Everyone should know how to get the arc length. The thing which I've highlighted outside, the S. Then after that, you must know how to get A. Area. Area of a sector is equal to half R squared theta. And R is this. So it's half R squared theta. Half R squared theta. This is the area of a sector. This is the area of a, and you now know all areas. I'll be so proud of you. You should practice parallelogram, kite, trapezium, non-right angle triangle. These are deadly. Practice them. Practice them. These ones. Then you come here to cylinder now. You now come to cylinder. When you're at cylinder, you now expect the word volume, and you now expect the word surface area. You want to find the word volume now. How do you find the volume? How do you find the surface area? Now, to get the volume, everybody, listen closely. Volume is going to be gotten the same way for everything. Volume, here is the general formula. You should know the general formula for volume. Volume is equal to Look at this trick. This is a trick which you're going to use even at A-level physics. It's area of cross-section times length. This gives you volume. Area by length. Area of cross-section by length. This will give you volume. This is what we call the general version. You must know it's a cheat code, class. When somebody says find volume, this is how you think. You think like, oh, for volumes, you take the area, then you multiply by length. So I have a cylinder here. How do I get the volume of a cylinder? How do I get the volume? So first question you must ask me is, sir, don't just write things, sir. Tell us, what is a cross-section? Because you're just writing that to master volume, we must know this special formula. It's special. Everybody, when you hear the word volume, think of this special formula I give you. What is this special formula? Say, here is the trick. Listen, students. When you want to get volume, right now we know that you are now very good at area. We know that because you know all the 2D shapes. You know all of them. Now you are dealing with containers. And for containers, we do with volume. How much can this container hold? Now the thing of it is, it comes from the area that made it. The area that made that container is the one that will determine its volume. That is what we mean by cross-section. Let me go and show you. For a cylinder, what simple shape or what 2D shape can you see there? We can see a circle. So that means a cylinder is made by circles all the way down like this. So this is the length. The H is the length of circles going down until we make the whole cylinder. So when we are trying to find the volume of a cylinder, we should say area of the circle. You start by getting area. Remember, this is R. You start by getting area of the circle because that is your cross-section. Cross-section means the 2D shape that was used to make that thing. Then from there, you multiply the area of that guy by the length. So what is the cross-section? It's a circle. What is the formula for area of a circle? Pi r squared. Now you should multiply that by the length, which in this case the length is height. So we say volume for this cylinder is pi r squared, the cross-section, then you multiply height, the length. That's how you get volume. For here, we do simple length times width times height. It's still the same thing, but everybody already knows that it's length times width times height. For a cuboid, length times width times height. For a sphere, you are always given. So don't worry about spheres. Let me highlight. Right. Let me put for this one as well. Write this, please. I don't know why I left this. Sorry. Let's do this. For today, we'll end at volume, okay? Don't worry about surface area. We'll talk about that word next week. Today, we want to see these volumes and see how they'll ask us now. Right. So, generally speaking, you should know the volume of every shape here, of every container. The word volume is for container. So, I've tried to help you master this. I know you're not going to let me down. When you do volume of a sphere, you write it like this. You'll be given, okay? But please just remember, that they need to know the radius. And they say the volume is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. This is the volume of a sphere. Are we together? For this, you get the area here. You get the area of the triangle, then you multiply by this length. I hope you can still see my screen. I don't think so. Let me fix it. Okay, it's back. Now let me fix it on the Google Meets. We should know volumes, guys. We should know volumes, okay? We should know that areas we know, volumes we know. And I said, I want you to at least have the list so that you can be checking. And you'll be improving day by day until you know all of them. Just make sure you know all of them. Then I'll polish you up from there, okay? First, I want you to make sure you know all of them. Then when you know all of them, I will start polishing you up. Are we together? Are we together, everybody? So here's what you do. Okay, good. For a pyramid, you need to know the height, which is inside here. The straight, we call it the height. So what you're going to do now, you're going to say the volume, okay, which we already have, is equal to, this is side times side. You get area of the base. Then you multiply by height. We can say here, even if we say length, width, then height. Height is the straight one, which goes straight up. So volume is area of the base, which is length times width. Okay, that's area of the base of the cross section. You can see this square at the bottom. That's our cross section. That's our simple shape. Then we multiply by the height going up. But remember, this one is getting thin as it's going up. So because it is getting thin, we say length times width times height, right? But we then divide by 3. We should say divided by 3. That's how you get volume for a pyramid. Same for here. You'll be knowing the radius, the r, which means you're going to say pi r squared. You get area of this. Then you multiply by the height. You multiply by the height to get volume. Area of the base times the length, which means area of the circle. Then you multiply by height. But then you divide by 3 because it's a cone. You divide by 3 because it's a cone. Don't forget to divide by 3 for cone and for pyramid only. Here now, here you get base. Let's say you know the base, and let's say you know the proper height. Let's say you know the height. So you say volume will be base times height over 2, which means the area. It's area of this triangle here, which is at the side here. Then you multiply by the length of triangles you have. So you then multiply by length. Don't forget for volume. First you get area, then you multiply by the length. So please put volumes here. I'm going to re-explain them to you more and more, but just put the volumes, please. I'll re-explain them. Write them down, everybody. Don't forget for pyramid and for cone, you should divide by 3. Well done. I'm happy. So now you have all the ammunition. I'm trusting you now. I'm trusting you. I'm just going to solve one question. I want to open a past paper question. And then I show you something. I'm only doing one question. I'm only doing one. There's something I want you guys to master here. Because they are not going to trick us. They are not. So, sir, what should I practice? Practice the volumes. Write them on your own, all of them. Just practice writing down the formulas. Because you'd have let me down and you'd have let everyone down if you forget formula. Formula is there for you to practice until you can remember it. Okay, I don't want this volume of the tunnel question. This one. Let me start with this one. May June 2025. Question paper 4-1. Let me show you something from here. It's not the one that I have my favorite question. There's one with my favorite question that I want to start with before I do these other ones. Just use the formulas you have written down. I'll send you the list again. Okay, anyway, here they are talking about area of a trapezium. And they are saying ABCD is a trapezium, which means this one is parallel to this one. Now, they say area of a trapezium. Huh? They say area of a trapezium. So here is what I want you to know. We're going to do harder ones. But don't, you know what? Don't let me down. This is your chance to shine. Once you read something that we talked about, write down the formula. The moment you read area of trapezium, you know we wrote it down. Don't think hard. Why are you thinking hard? If they say volume of sphere, or they say volume of, write down the formula. Don't think. You are wasting time, and you are creating a chance for an error by thinking. This is not a thinking question. Write down what they've said. I'm going to show you much harder ones. We are going somewhere. I'll show you much harder ones that they'll give you, where they'll check for volume inside a pipe or things like that, But the first thing is, the moment Cambridge writes down a statement that put the formula. So this is about formulas. The formula is not for fun. This is real life. Use it, student, please. Use it. Don't just read. Area of trapezium, you write area is equal to, this is your A, this is your B, okay? Then you can say, this is my height. So it is A plus B over 2 multiplying height. This is the area of trapezium we've learned. And the height is the straight line distance, this one, which we've been given as 8. So it's going to be, what is your A? The side on top, 10, plus B, the side at the bottom, 12. You divide by 2. Then you multiply by height by 8. They seriously think you don't know this. Can you imagine? This is your chance to shine. You get it, whatever, 88 centimeters squared. So it's 88. Well done. So we are building towards something. The secret you have learned right now, you have learned 2 things. Number 1, important formulas. Number 2, you have learned that you will never in your life ignore a statement that you know a formula for. Let's go to a harder one. I think it's in this one. I only want shapes. We know how to do that one, but we're not doing it right now. Let me show you, student. Don't let me down, students. Don't trust your formulas. Don't panic. Be powerful, students. Don't let me down. Anyway, volume of a cuboid, everybody can get it. Surface area, we didn't talk about it. Volume of a cuboid is length times width times height. All right. Something like this, okay? Now I'm showing you, I'm gonna show you even harder ones and different ones, okay? I'm gonna show you even harder ones and different ones that they'll try to do for you. So listen here, everybody. Right, let's talk. I don't know if I love frustrum questions to start with them because they include something called similarity and congruence. But what I want to teach you today is I want to teach you where shapes are being cut. This frustrum I'll do with you when I've taught you the one which I want. Maybe let's see this one. Is it the one I want? No. This one, the volume would have been, we talked about volume, length times width times height. Then you just put times width times height, volume, go. Why did we do that? Because they said something. This is not a joke. They said volume of cuboid. And we recognize this phrase. Volume of cuboid. You quickly wake up. You know the formula for this. Write it down. We'll come to surface area. It's an easy thing. Let's go to, we want to master this volume and I just want to look at it. There's a 2025 paper that I was really in love with that I was showing other guys. So I'm trying to show you my number one class. My important class. I'm almost done, guys. I'm almost done. I know about time, okay? I'm almost done, I promise. Just one tiny little question, and you guys can go. We can think about the other thing. I'm thinking of calling my other students and ask them what paper it was that I was teaching them from. Is this a parallelogram? Let me see. Okay. Here's a parallelogram. And they're saying whatever the total cost. Square meter here is like meter squared. So it has to do with area. So whenever they ask for cost of something, of a shape, it's area. So basically they are asking you for area of this parallelogram. But where it's hard is they did not give you the height. They expect you to use SOHCAHTOA. Because you have a right angled triangle here. You know this. You know this. They want you to find height because they expect you to know that area of parallelogram is base times height. So base you have, okay? What you don't have is height. So for anyone to answer this question, they were supposed to go into the exam knowing the formula for area of a parallelogram, then knowing SOHCAHTOA to get the height. So how do we get the height? Here's how we get the height. Okay. You're going to say, to get this height, I see this is a SOHCAHTOA question. This triangle here. To those who were not there when I explained SOHCAHTOA, I'll explain, okay? I'll explain. But basically, whenever you have a triangle with a right angle, the moment you see an angle there, it's SOHCAHTOA to use. For any triangle with a right angle, there is no way you use Pythagoras for a triangle like this because there is that angle 36 degrees. For us to use Pythagoras, we must only have sides. We must not be looking for angles, or we must not even be having angles. The moment we have angles, it's now SOHCAHTOA. So right angle triangles, either you use Pythagoras or you will use SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA is whenever there is an angle in your right angled triangle. So you write the word SOHCAHTOA. Then what do you do? Because everybody can say, I know SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA is this is how you write it, SOHCAHTOA. But that's not enough. What are the steps you follow? You write the word SOHCAHTOA, then you label your sides. So you go opposite the right angle, the corner of the right angle. When you go opposite it, this is your hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, which is H, is opposite the corner of the right angle. I hope you heard me. The corner of the right angle. Then opposite the angle is opposite side. Then the third side is adjacent. So you have labeled your sides. Well done. You have chosen to say it's SOHCAHTOA. You have labeled your sides. Now there is one more step, is to choose. Are you going to use SO or KA or TOA? Which one are you going to use in this question? Well, here's what you do. You remove on the three sides, the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. On these three sides, there is one which is useless. On these three sides, there is one side which is not important. In this case, it's the opposite. We don't want it. We are looking for the height, which is the adjacent side. And we have been given the hypotenuse. The one which we have not been given, and we are not even looking for it, is the opposite. So opposite is out. So every time there is O, you cancel. That means we are using this KA for this question. So you should write cos theta is equal to C is cos. A is adjacent over H hypotenuse. Which means, what is your theta? It's 36. So cos 36 degrees is equal to, what is adjacent? I don't know, H. Over, what is the hypotenuse? 6.06 meters. Then now you just have to find H. What a good mathematician this is. 6.06 goes to the other side, okay? You can actually do it here for those who wanted to. Cos theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Then you say cos 36 degrees is equal to adjacent, which is H, over hypotenuse, which is 6.06 meters. Then you take it to the other side. You say now, when it goes to the other side, 6.06 times cos 36 degrees. This is going to be equal to H. Can somebody punch this? Superstars, can you punch this? What is this height we are desperate to find? What is this height? Guys, look, this is 4 marks. Imagine. Mr. Clarify, how did you solve this question? The secret was we wrote the formula. The moment we saw we are dealing with cost of tiling and this was a parallelogram, we knew we needed area of a parallelogram. And we put the formula down. We didn't just think in our heads. That's a disaster. Yes, what is it? 6.06 times cos 36. The moment we wrote the formula down, we saw that we don't have height, and that's the one we have been trying to find. What is it? Yes, Eric? 4.902 meters. This is H. Now you say area of your parallelogram is base times height, which is, what is the base? 6.51. Here it is. Meters. Multiplying 4.902 meters. What do you get? What do you get now, students? This is the last one you're doing. 31.9 square meters. You see, you have found the area. Now you multiply by the cost, because it's cost with for 1 square meter. That's why it's per square meter. Now you have the square meters. So you say total cost. Don't let anyone cheat you when you're now putting some tiles or something in your house. You should know the cost per square meter. Then calculate the square meters. It's the area. It's the area. So now you say the cost, total cost is the cost per square meter, $18, times the total number of square meters, 31.91. What is 18 times 31.91? Dollars. Okay. $574.14. So 574.14. Then you get your 4 marks. And then I will be a very proud tutor, because I saw you write the formula. Then you started to work from there. You use the formula to navigate. What a very good student you are. Okay? I'll be the happiest man. Write down the formula for questions. So I'm going to send you questions, nice ones. And I want you to do, you write down the formula. Write down the formula, students. Then after you write down the formula, you can start to fill in, to look for whatever is missing. But you work from the formula, not from abracadabra. Abracadabra is a fake thing. There is no such thing. It's stages. It's steps. I'll give you, and you do it, and you trust the steps, and you must get me answers. I know you will get me answers. The moment you become a class that respects steps, you are going to be undefeated. You're going to be strong. You start from the formula and you start working from there. What should I find? Ooh, do I have the base? Yes. Do I have the height? Because this is a parallelogram I'm dealing with. No, I don't have the height. You start working from there. How will you make a mistake? How? How? Tell me. You won't. Thank you. So I'm going to give it. Let me mark the register. They printed it out for me today. Let me mark it. And all the new ones, I'll jot you down as well. You quickly say present if you're in class, okay? For today's Wednesday, 24. So I'll go to the 24. Anasu? Absent. Anotida?